The conditions going into the game for the Bears against the Packers last night were as favorable as they could be, given the setting. Packers offense sputtered last week in their loss to Minnesota. The Bears were 1-0 under a new regime showing progress. But Lambeau Field and Aaron Rodgers will show you where you are. Let's start. Matt Eberflus getting his first experience in this huge rivalry. And on the first series, the Bears defense gets to Aaron Rodgers. Trevis Gibson with the first of two first-half sacks as they dropped Rodgers 3 times in the first 2 quarters. 3-0 Packers, but the Bears got on the board. Justin Fields on the keeper. He barrels into the end zone, and they end up with a 7-3 lead. Second quarter, Rodgers flips it to Aaron Jones, ending a 9-play drive, and the Packers' lead was up to 17-7. And then just before the half, Rodgers, the quick strike to Allen Lazard, 5 yards, and the Bears went to the locker room trailing 24-7. So once again, the Bears have to make some halftime adjustments. They trailed at the half last week, too, but it didn't go as planned. We go to the fourth quarter. Justin Fields on 3rd and goal, trying to make something happen once again with his legs, trying for that corner of the end zone. The ball touches the pylon, but his knee is down early. So then they have another chance on 4th and goal, inches from the shotgun. Fields and Bears fans and the team thought he was in, but he wasn't. It was overruled. They said there wasn't enough evidence, and that was where the play really turned for Fields and the Bears as Green Bay wins by a final of 27-10.
There's obviously some bad things in there that we have to clean up, and some good things that we have to take forward with us going forward. So, as I talk to the players in the locker room there, we still have our 24-hour rule. And when this happens, you have adversity, it stings and it hurts. And you have to soak that in because, it's the same thing with victory. You only can hold on to that for so long, then you got to let it go.
Elsewhere in the division, Lions hosting the Commanders. First quarter, Lions up 5. Yeah, 5. Jared Goff showing up some playmaking, finds Amon-Ra St. Brown for the score. And then we go into the fourth quarter, 7 minutes to play, Detroit up 8. Goff connects with St. Brown again. The Lions win 36-27. That is their first W of the season. Tom Brady, not happy with the Bucs playing the Saints, as he was clearly waking up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, frustrated. And fourth and defensive back Marshawn Lattimore had a few words for the Tampa Bay bench. Brady gets involved. These two teams don't like each other. And then at one point, Mike Evans comes flying in and absolutely levels Lattimore. Lattimore and Evans were both thrown out. And then there was some actual football that had to be played. Brady hits Brashad Perriman 28 yards to make it 10-3. Tampa Bay wins by a final of 20-10. The next best thing to a sweep for the White Sox is taking 2 or 3 from the Tigers in Detroit. And while the cliche of every game counts seemed to get more true by the day, add the playoff pressure and it feels like every game counts twice. Vince Velasquez got the start for the Sox, and the team dialed up the power early. Top of the second, A.J. Pollock ties it at 2 with a home run to left. But then in the 5th inning, things get exciting. Bases loaded for Andrew Vaughn, and he unloads them. This is his first ever career grand slam. Scoring on Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, and Gavin Sheets, the Sox go up 7-2. They had 3 home runs in this game and win 11-5.
Everyone is contributing. Our starting pitchers, they've been pitching really good. And everyone that's in the lineup, they do the little things to win ball games. And defense has been really good too. So we've been playing baseball the way you're supposed to play it.
This is the high water mark of the season for the Sox at 5 games over 500. It happened once earlier this season. They're 3.5 games back of the Guardians, and the Twins are 2.5 games back of the White Sox. Cubs and Rockies, Javier Assad had 2 solid starts before yesterday. This one didn't go as well. He gives up 4 runs and goes only 2 innings. Yan Gomes adds a homer in the 6th, but that is as close as the Cubs would get as the Rockies win by a final of 4-3. The Bulls are getting Antetokounmpo, according to Shams Charania of The Athletic. They're signing Kostas Antetokounmpo to a training camp deal. He played in 15 games with the Lakers last season, and the Bulls start training camp later this month. And on a very busy day, I'm Layla Rahimi. That is a look at your sports this morning. The Bears haven't beaten the Packers since 2018, but coming to this game 2 of the season against Green Bay with a better record. Packers are 0-1, while the Bears have a W already. And as we get closer to kickoff here on NBC5, we go live to Lambeau Field, and that is where we find Mike Berman. Hi, Mike.
Hi there, Layla. Excited for tonight's game. We've got less than 2 hours until kickoff, and this is kind of a Bears-Packers game that feels a little strange, a little bit of role reversal for this one. It's the Bears coming in with some momentum after winning their season opener, and meanwhile the Packers reeling a little bit after getting stomped by the Vikings on the road to start their season. Let's let you take a look at the Bears warming up on the field. You know, when you watch tonight's coverage, you're going to see Rodney Harrison doing some analysis work. The two-time Super Bowl champ from South Suburban Markham stopped by to talk to me a few minutes ago, and he spoke glowingly about what Matt Eberflus has done to change the Bears culture.
Check 1, 2.
I got to start with Matt Eberflus. I just think that he's done a wonderful job with the Bears. I like who he is. He seems like a really good man. You know, he does a great job of communicating to his team. They play hard. He's a no-nonsense guy. And you just can tell that he holds his guys accountable. You can just tell from the offensive line and how physical they played last week, pushing those boys around. San Francisco, one of the best defensive lines in all of football. And then defensively, just the discipline they played with, not giving up the big plays, and, you know, his staple, creating turnovers.
Yeah, you know, that's the biggest thing that Matt Eberflus and that defense wants to do. The Bears got 2 turnovers last week. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers threw a pick and lost a fumble in week 1, so the Bears will try and add to his turnover troubles here early in the season. Live at Lambeau Field, Mike Berman, NBC5 Sports.
Mike, thank you. Wouldn't that be nice to add to Aaron Rodgers' turnover total? Thanks, Mike. It all starts at the top of the hour from Lambeau at 6 on Sunday Night Football. The NBC5 News at 10 is after that. And then we have a packed edition of Sports Sunday. Mike will join us. You won't want to miss all the coverage. The next best thing to a sweep for the White Sox is taking 2 of 3 from the Tigers in Detroit. And while the cliche of every game counts seemed to get more true by the day, you add the playoff pressure in, and it feels like every game counts twice. Vince Velasquez got the start for the Sox, and the team dialed up the power early. That's how they've been winning. Top of the second, A.J. Pollock ties it at 2 with that home run to left. And then we go into the 5th inning for the White Sox. Bases loaded for Andrew Vaughn. He unloads them. His first ever career grand slam, scoring Yoan Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, and Gavin Sheets as the Sox go up 7-2. They had 3 home runs total in this game and win 11-5.
Everyone is contributing. Or starting pitchers, they've been pitching really good, and everyone that's in the lineup, they do the little things to win ball games, and defense has been really good too. So we've been playing baseball the way you're supposed to play it.
Tell him, Miguel Cairo, this is the high water mark of the season for the White Sox. At 5 games over 500, it happened once earlier this season. They're 3.5 games back of the Guardians, and the Twins are 2.5 games back from the White Sox. Cubs and Rockies and Javier Assad had 2 solid starts before today, but this one didn't go as well. He gives up 4 runs and goes only 2 innings. Yan Gomes would add a home run in the 6th. But unfortunately, that's as close as the Cubs would get as the Rockies win by a final of 4-3. And everybody was mad in the Saints-Bucks game, and that very much included Tom Brady. Throwing his helmet in anger, that wasn't enough, so he takes it out on a tablet. Bucks win 20-10. But why are we showing this? Because there's a good chance if we have frustrated Tom Brady, Alex, we might have frustrated Aaron Rodgers, and that's my vibe.
We're going to see if all that optimism is misplaced that we have going into tonight.
Yes, we will.
But we can see, if you're right, if Tom Brady's mad, that leaves anything open for a possibility.
This is why the pregame show and our news tonight is the beauty of anticipation.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Thank you, Layla.